Healthy soil is not just dirt, it's alive. Beneath the surface, billions of microbes are working constantly to unlock nutrients, create structure, and make conditions where plants thrive. But when soil biology runs low, after overtilling, overfertilizing, or long dry seasons, the land can become sluggish. Crops stall, organic matter breaks down slowly, and the soil looks tired. One old farming method has been bringing tired ground back to life for generations. A simple compost tea brew, sweetened with molasses. Old farmers called it their grandpa brew because it was handed down from one season to the next. It didn't come from a store and it didn't cost more than a few cents, yet it had the power to wake up the soil in a matter of days. The reason is simple. Compost tea is not just a fertilizer, it's a living inoculant. This step separates an effective microbial brew from a foul-smelling mess. Microbes that benefit soil thrive in oxygen-rich environments. If oxygen runs out, harmful anaerobic bacteria take over. Traditionally, farmers would stir their brews 3 or 4 times a day, using a stick or paddle to keep air moving through the liquid. Today, gardeners often use aquarium pumps and air stones, which create a steady stream of bubbles to keep oxygen levels high. If you are stirring by hand, do it vigorously for at least 2 minutes each time, 3 to 4 times daily. If you use a pump, let it run non-stop. When oxygen is maintained, the brew develops a sweet, earthy smell. If it smells sour, rotten, or like ammonia, it has gone anaerobic and should be discarded onto a compost pile, not poured on soil. Microbes need time to multiply, but not too much. For best results, let the brew run for 24 to 36 hours if aerated constantly. If you're stirring by hand, allow up to 48 hours. You'll know it's ready when you see a frothy surface from microbial activity and smell a rich, earthy aroma with a hint of sweetness. At this stage, your brew is alive and active, ready to pour. Once brewed, compost tea must be applied immediately. Microbial populations decline quickly once their environment changes. Pour the tea directly onto the soil surface, covering the bed evenly. A gallon of tea will inoculate about 10 square feet of soil effectively. On dry soils, dilute the tea with an equal amount of water to help it soak deeper. After pouring, lightly water over the top. This washes the microbes down into the root zone where they can find food and colonize organic matter. For large plots, a watering can, pump sprayer, or even irrigation injection system can be used. The important point is to apply evenly and not let the tea sit unused. Another traditional use of Grandpa's brew was foliar spraying. When filtered through a fine cloth or mesh, compost tea can be sprayed directly onto plant leaves. This coats the surface with beneficial organisms that compete with pathogens, reducing the chances of disease. Dilute foliar sprays about 1 to 4 with water. Apply in the early morning or late evening when sunlight is not harsh. Avoid spraying in the heat of the day, as droplets can burn leaf tissue. Chemical fertilizers supply nutrients but do nothing to restore microbial life. Over time, they can even reduce biology by creating imbalances in soil chemistry. Compost tea does the opposite. It builds biology first, which then unlocks nutrients naturally. This not only feeds plants immediately but also improves soil health for the long term. Roots benefit from stronger microbial populations that form symbiotic relationships, improving nutrient uptake and increasing drought resilience. The result is soil that is more fertile season after season, not dependent on repeated chemical inputs. For reliable results, repeat applications every 2 to 3 weeks during the growing season. Alternate between soil drenches and foliar sprays for maximum impact. Always brew in clean containers and use fresh water to prevent contamination. Non-chlorinated water works best because chlorine can kill microbes. If using tap water, let it sit uncovered for 24 hours to allow chlorine to evaporate before brewing. Worm castings or aged manure can be added to the compost bag for even greater microbial diversity. Some growers add a handful of kelp meal for minerals, but the core recipe remains unchanged. Finish compost, molasses, oxygen, and thyme. Soil without microbes is soil that struggles. Fertilizers may push crops for a season, but only living biology keeps land fertile year after year. Grandpa's brew, compost tea with molasses, is one of the simplest, most powerful ways to revive microbial life. With just a bucket, some compost, and a spoonful of molasses, you can multiply billions of microbes and pour them back into your soil where they belong. Do this right, and you'll see your soil awaken. Crops grow stronger, beds hold more moisture, and diseases have less chance to take hold. This is the kind of practical soil science that never goes out of date because it works season after season. If this guide helped you, make sure to subscribe to Soil and Crop Doctor for more proven methods to restore, protect, and strengthen your soil. Share this with your gardening community, because every grower deserves to know the power of microbes and how to put them back into the ground where they belong.